Hi everybody, this video is sponsored by contribution from Anonymous, and here's her story. Dear Ollie, I'm currently in a 5-year relationship with a 44-year-old narcissistic man. I am 44 as well. It's been really rough and I'm currently taking the steps to get out of it. I realize there is no need for me to stay in it as we are not married, we don't have children, and we don't live together anymore. When we did live together, it was 3 years of hell. I went through it all, the temper tantrums, the gaslighting, silent treatments, the cheating, triangulation, name-calling, threats, and the destroying of my property. I finally had enough and had to get out of it to keep my sanity, so I broke my lease and moved back home. I have been back home for a year now, and he seems to be on his best behavior at times. We get into the occasional argument, and his name-calling and disappearing acts follow. I know I should just kick him to the curb, but I can't seem to, and I always get hoovered back in. I have removed most of my emotion, and I'm trying to wean him off me by not being so readily available and not giving him the supply that I usually give him in hopes that he will go elsewhere. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't wean them off, because weaning them only motivates them more. Any contact you have with them as you're lessening contact increases their either hoovering or their attack. We still talk and we are still intimate at times, but it's just not the same. Recently, my best friend threw me a birthday party, and the narc got bent out of shape because she didn't consult with him before throwing me the party. My birthday is several days away, but it falls in the middle of the week, and I'll be traveling to Spain a couple days after that, which is a birthday gift from my mom and dad. Anyway, he told me he would not be able to attend the party because his 7-year-old daughter was spending the night. It was her birthday also, and he had planned some daddy-daughter time. However, she's a fickle little girl, and after spending time and getting her gifts, she always wants to go back home to her mother. He said that if that happened, he would drop her off and come to the party around 11:30 p.m. Of course, he didn't show up at all, just as I expected. But during the party, I get a text that says she's not spending the night after all because she was too caught up playing with her friends and her older sister. Then he texted, "I'm sure you're having fun because I didn't hear from you, and I'm sure that my presence wouldn't make a difference." I replied that that's nonsense, so come down to the party. So he texted, "I'm sure your friends are happy to have you all to themselves, and you probably won't want to see me afterwards. So I guess I'm just here alone. Hope you enjoy. I'm nobody. 5 years and I don't even have a place in your heart. I'm just a side dish. I feel like I'm nothing to nobody, and the only person that loves me is me." And boy, does he love himself, you poor little fucking pussy boy. Break out the fucking violins, because holy Christ, you little pussified bitch. And then to use his own daughter. You know, if his daughter keeps wanting to run back home to her mother, then that's on him. Shame on him for even doing it. Shame on him for even doing it. But then to do it and then not go to the party and then try to throw a pity party for himself. Break out the violins. Ollie, I felt like breaking out the violins. So I replied, "It's too bad that your daughter did not show up, but it's funny that you, out of all of my people, you are the only one that did not come to celebrate with me. So I guess that shows a lot about how you really feel about me." I continued on partying, got tipsy and went home, got in the bed and turned my phone off. He called the next morning and tried to explain why he didn't show. He said he heard that one of my best friends said he seems to be more into himself than her, meaning me, and I don't know if they are together or not. Also, another friend supposedly said, if she likes him, then I just deal with him. Then he goes on to say he's going to find out who said it and deal with it because he can't have people talking about him and assuming things about our relationship. So if somebody ends up in the ground, then it is what it is. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, they always say somebody said this, somebody said that. And you know what he's probably getting off on? Maybe somebody said something at one point to him, or he's just projecting what he really is and what he really thinks about himself. He's really telling you what he thinks about himself. Because look at what he ended his text with. The only one who loves me is me. And isn't that the real problem in all this? Because the only person that really does love him is him. He couldn't even give me the name of the person that said that. Of course not. I've heard before that these narcissists make crazy threats but never go through with them. My philosophy is you can't give me the name. You can't give me the name of the source. Then your whole point is invalid. Well, you have to understand what the motivation was, because that was a semi-test. That was a test to see what his value really was. Okay, and what you were supposed to do. What you were supposed to do is say, I'm going to tell all my friends they better never talk bad about you, and so on and so forth. And that's what you were supposed to do here. He needed to be put on a pedestal. He needed to be the special little prince, okay? And be carried above your friends, above everybody else. That's what he needed. He needed you to alienate your friends for him. That's what he was looking for. My gut tells me he made the whole shit up just to have a reason not to come to my party. Partially and partially, listen, there's always several layers of motivation behind what the narcissist does. Okay, yes, it's not to go to your party, and it's also to gain control. It's not that he was embarrassed to show up at your party per se. It's that partially he might have been, and then he's going to say, how do I use this against her? How do I use all this, turn it into guilt, okay, in order to gain control, in order to get her to alienate herself from her friends. I'm wondering what kind of new game this is that he's playing. I think it's a triangulation tactic between my friends and I and him. Either that or he's trying to make me uncomfortable about talking to my friends about him. I know that narcissists don't like to be seen in a bad light, and that's the whole basis of this little argument seems to focus on. My dad said he probably didn't show up because I was going to be the center of attention and he wouldn't be able to take it. At the end of the conversation, he said he would like to give me one of my birthday gifts tonight. I would rather wait till my actual birthday, but he's so excited. Whatever. What are your thoughts on the party situation in this game he's playing with the he say, she say involving my friends? Thank you for all you do. Your videos have helped me a lot, and I like the way you give your advice, raw and real. That's what I need right now. Take care. Well, the first thing you need to do is obviously cut all communication with this guy because you already know he's a narcissist. A narcissist never change. They only change angles and they only change directions they're coming from. So, so right there, what are you doing? Secondly, I told you what his motivation was behind the party. Partially to ruin your day. Let you know that he's more important to you than you are at all times. Let you know that he needs to be put above everybody else, your friends, your family, everybody else who was at that party. It was a test to see what you would do, to see if you would go running and stand up to your friends for him. Maybe even lay in a partial little threat in there because somebody might end up in the ground. There's a lot of different tactics that they'll sprinkle in there, hoping they grow and hoping you'll bite. But the key to all of it, the key to all of it about him and everything you need to know is how he ended his text message. Nobody's going to love me but me. Well, that's a very high standard to live up to, the narcissist standard. He's telling you no matter what you do for him, no matter what you do in your life, it's never going to be good enough because it's all about him. No one's going to love me but me. It's everything you need to know. Everything you need to know about him. What he pulled at your birthday served several purposes. Several purposes. Which ultimately, however you look at it, he succeeded in. Because you're writing me, it's upsetting you. And it's got you still on the line with this guy for God knows what reason. God knows what reason. These are manipulation games teenagers play with each other. He's still playing them at 44 years old. No one loves me but me. Eat a bag of dicks. Eat a bag of dicks. You goddamn right, because you're unlovable. Move on from this guy. Thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you for your story. I hope this helps. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a narcissist you'd like to expose or a topic you'd like me to cover, you know what to do with the PayPal and my email link in the description box. And remember, when you do email me your story, please include at the top of the email, whether it's with or without contribution, and what name you'd like to go by. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks for watching. See you all again soon.